Staying up. I'm wilding out. I'm leaning in.
Hey, what's up guys? Today we're talking about the brand new Alcatel Flash 2. Now this costs just over 9,000 here in India, and the USP of this smartphone is the 13 MP back camera with a very fast f/2.0 aperture and a 5 MP front camera with a flash for those low light selfies. As funny as it may sound, Alcatel actually went ahead and coined a whole new term for along with the release of this phone called a mobigraphy. Now in this particular video, we are talking about the hardware, the performance, the user interface. I cannot show you an unboxing because we haven't got the box with this review in it. So let's get started. I don't like the design and build quality of the phone as much as I do like the ergonomics of the same. Now it's all plastic and it feels plastic. Of course, the front screen is very glossy, but what really comforts me, and in the ergonomic terms, is that the back has this very nice OnePlus like sandstone kind of a finish, and it gives amazing grip. It's so good that you actually feel like keep on touching the back. It's very subtle. It's not very rough like the OnePlus 2. It's subtle and it's not gonna attract fingerprints that easily. And also, well, it has chrome here and there, mainly on the sides, but then that does not give any metallic kind of a feel or look to the device. Also, I do not like the shape that much. It's not exactly symmetrical, but overall, well, not the thinnest device in the market as well, about 9 mm, and should weigh about 150 grams. Overall, I like the device, and although I do not like specifically the look of the device, the design of the device, but then it feels great in hand, and I absolutely loved using it. Another thing I really love about the Flash 2 is, which is not very common these days in phones, in premium phones specifically, is that the back can be opened and there's a huge 3000 mAh battery which is swappable. It also comes with two SIM card slot plus a micro SD card slot, so it's not hybrid. So you do not have to forgo your SIM 2 to be able to accommodate a micro SD card slot. Also, the micro SD card slot supports micro SD of storage up to 128 GB. That's also a great deal. Maybe that's not very common, maybe in the flagship space, but at this price range, that's absolutely desirable. And 2 SIM plus micro SD card slot is always very welcome in India. Well, the display is bright enough. You have a 5-inch display here, IPS screen, and also only HD resolution. Well, I do not exactly mind HD resolution. I do not expect a full HD resolution at this price point, but HD would do for me because that's actually adequate for your daily usage. Plus, it also does not eat into your battery life as much as a full HD or even a 2K screen would do. And the color rendition is quite good. It's pretty natural. The viewing angle are, well, decent, but not nothing to write home about. The Flash 2 has a skin on top of the Android Lollipop 5.1, but it's a very thin skin, so it's not too deep into the OS, so you do not feel any lag whatsoever. It's very light, stable, and absolutely perfect for medium to heavy daily usage. When you go to settings, you'd find many gesture settings. Actually, there's lots and lots of ways you can customize this particular phone, and some of the things I like is this smart awake. You have a hell lot of gestures. That's one of the main thing about this device. You also have VPNs, and in display also, when you go, you have mirror vision, and also you have a way to customize the colors of whether you want to display to the screen to display neutral colors or dynamic colors for movie viewing, etc. Those kind of things we've generally seen are slightly more expensive devices, but it's good to have out here. And almost all the required settings you have here. You have the usual Google Android apps, plus you also have some of the in-house apps like Auto Start Manager, and you have backup and restore, of course, click clear, and there is also the FM radio. Now FM radio is always a great touch, specifically in India, where people love to listen to radio while on the go, specifically when you're traveling in public transportation, because because that's very convenient, that eats up really less battery, because you have to use your earphones. Whenever you use your earphones to listen to music, that eats up much less battery than whenever listen to it via speaker. And also you do not have to only listen to the stored songs. FM radio, you have so many stations, so obviously the drill. It's a great thing, specifically in India. That brings me to the USP of this device, the 13 MP plus the 5 MP cameras. The 13 MP camera, the UI is pretty simple. On the left side you have provision to change toggle between the front and the back camera, and then your flash settings. And because the front camera also has a flash, you have a flash toggle button even when you switch to the front camera. Plus you have a lot of shooting modes like HDR and Phase Beauty, Superfine, Panorama, and all those kind of things. And then you can of course go to the system settings, and you can change your GPS location and anti-flicker and those kind of thing. Also you have a zero shutter lag option, and then in 4:3 aspect ratio you get the full resolution. But if you want to shoot widescreen, let's say you want to upload some photos to YouTube, which only supports the widescreen 16:9 aspect ratio, you have to go down to 9.5 MP, but that's we expected. You can also change the ISO and so far and so forth. And video quality, it shoots full HD at 30 fps max, but that's again pretty usual. Now check the image and video quality, and I was impressed, to say the least. This is a very decent camera, if not the best. It does not have too much of detail under enough light or under low light, but then it actually does pretty good to check the noise level. And when I say it does not have great detail, to print the pictures, but when you see it from a point of view of uploading to social media sites, those are perfectly fine. And moreover, it does not have much distortion, has a slight amount of barrel distortion towards the sides, and also does not have any vignetting. Plus the color reproduction is very natural. Look at those flowers, they are very natural colored, and I like that it's not oversaturating any color palette. Does not have a very good dynamic range, but that expected. So overall we are quite impressed by the camera of the Flash 2. The speaker output is great, is loud enough. It crackled just a tad bit here and there, but overall the speaker output has just enough bass and treble to be able to listen to it without even connecting to a Bluetooth speaker. What I do not like, however, is the position of the speaker. So whenever you keep this device on a flat surface, the sound gets obstructed big time. The call quality is excellent. We did not find any problem in the GSM radio. We did some benchmark testing, and this guy scores below average. You can check out the benchmark scores on the screen right now. We also threw some game on this device, and it could play almost all of them more than decently. Not absolutely perfectly, but it's good enough. Oh, and before I forget, the display only supports 5-point multi-touch feature, so it'll only recognize at the max of 5 fingers of yours. We got between 10.5 to 11 hours of battery life, which I think is considered great. So then, should you go for the Alcatel Flash 2? Let's talk about the pros and cons for a minute. The pros would be number one, the camera, number two, the audio output via speaker at least, number three is the battery life, and number four is the ergonomics of this device, which is magnificent. The cons would be, and the cons aren't exactly deal breaker, I would say. It's number one, the design and look of the device per se, which is not sexy, I would say. And number two is that this is just not powerful enough. It does not lag much. Most of the time I did not see any lag, but overall, we've seen during the benchmark also, and we've seen during the gameplay also, it does everything decent, and not, it does not break that shackle to go into that great territory. So that's something. Now again, as I told you, both of these I really had to dig deep to find these cons, because you have to take into account the price also. 9,200, or I think just about 9,000 Indian rupees is a great price for the features that the Alcatel Flash 2 offers. So I definitely recommend this device, and I think I will rate it about 7.3 out of 10. If you like this video, please hit the like button, ask anything related to this phone, and we'll try to answer them all. And please subscribe and share this video to share the love. Thank you.